Good morning students, welcome to online class. Hope you are keeping well by the grace of God. So guys, today I am going to teach you English literature from your NCERT book, 1st.Fri chapter number 8, and the poem is The Trees by Adrian Rich, the modern poet in the field of English literature. And already I have started this poem. In my previous lecture I taught you stanza 1 and 2, and I have already explained about the stanza line by line. So today I am going to start from stanza 3, and today I will teach you stanza 3 and 4. So guys, you open your book and look at the page. Stanza 3. What does the poet want to say through these two stanzas? I sit inside the doors open to the veranda, writing long letters in which I scarcely mention the departure of the forest from the house. The night is fresh, the whole moon shines in a sky still open. The smell of leaves and lichen still reaches like a voice into the rooms. It is night. The poet is writing a long letter sitting in the veranda, but the poet says that I am ignoring about the trees. I am not mentioning anything about the escape of the trees. The poet wants to say that let them escape, let them flee from here. Now tonight it is full moon, the fresh sky, that means clear sky with full moon, and I can still feel the smell of the lichen, the smell of the crushed leaves and the branches. Those are broken. Why those are broken? Because they had to fight, they had to struggle when they were fleeing from the veranda. That's why the poet, she is feeling the smell, and it is, the smell is the room is filled with smell. Stanza 4. My head is full of whisper, which tomorrow will be silent. Listen, the glass is breaking, the trees are stumbling toward into the night. Winds rush to meet them. The moon is broken like a mirror. Its pieces flash now in the crown of the tallest oak. The poet says that I am hearing the whisper of the trees. Probably they are discussing something, that how they will flee from here, how they will escape. Probably they are discussing, the trees are discussing. So I can hear some whispers of the trees, but I am ignoring that. The glass is breaking. And the poet also says in the second line, which tomorrow will be silent. Tomorrow there will be no whispering sound. Tomorrow there will be an intense silence in my veranda, in my courtyard, because all the trees, they have moved towards forest. So, can you hear the breaking sound of the window panes? They are breaking. They are fleeing. They are rushing towards the forest. The trees are stumbling. When they are going, they are moving. They are running. They are in so haste that they are stumbling. They are falling down. Once again they are standing, and once again they are moving. Anyhow they have to reach the forest, their own world, their own place. And simultaneously the wind is also accompanying them, because wind, that is also natural aspect, and trees are also indispensable for the wind. So wind is accompanying them. It is also rushing. It is also moving with the trees. The moon is broken like a mirror. The oak tree, it is the tallest tree. so tall. Once again, the oak tree, it has set itself on the ground, and it is so tall that it has broken the moon into pieces like mirror. Here the poet has used the imagery and the similes, the distance between the zenith and the earth's surface. That is the poet's imagination. You cannot touch the sky, but the poet says the oak, it has touched the moon, and as consequence the moon has broken into pieces like mirror. And now the moon, he has taken a seat on the top of the oak tree, just like a crown. On the top of the oak tree, the moon, broken moon, it is looking like a crown. In pieces flash now in the crown of the tallest oak. Imagination, or you can say the intense desire of the poet. What does she want actually? To protect, to preserve the ecosystem. So guys, these are the two stanzas of the poem. Hope you have understood. So let us come to the theme of the poem. What is the theme, or what is the central idea of the poem? The central idea of the poem is that through the 4 stanzas of the poem, the poet Adrienne Rich, as an environmental activist, she has conveyed a message to the world that stop destroying nature, stop cutting trees, because trees have life. You know that plants and trees are living objects, living things. So stop hurting them. When you cut them with axe, the same pain they also feel as human beings. So to fulfill our desire, or for our comfort, to make furnitures and other household things, to decorate our drawing room, to decorate our balcony, we cut the trees. Even for the decoration or interior decoration, we often plant the trees in earthen pot. So the poet is requesting, stop these activities and let them lead a free life in their own world, in their own land, because trees' world is forest. And the poet has raised her voice against deforestation, which is the most dangerous activity of modern world, deforestation. And the concrete forest, that means the concrete building, concrete forest, it has taken place in the place of natural forest, or you can say the natural forest or wildlife, it has been replaced by concrete forests. So that is why the poet, she is giving the warning to the stanza of the poem that if you don't stop torturing the forest or torturing the ecosystem, if you don't stop, within short span of time, that this entire system of the world, that means including mankind, will be perished, totally perished. So this is the message, this is the central idea of the poem. As an activist, Adrienne Rich, she has raised her voice against deforestation, and she has presented through the 4th stanza of the poem. She has given similes and symbols, imageries clearly to warn the people of the world. And the trees, you can say, the poem, it is itself a message. The entire poem is a message on behalf of Adrienne Rich. She has written series of poems, series of books in which she has mentioned, lot of times she has mentioned, to protect the ecosystem, not to cut the trees, to protect the forest, to protect the trees. The poet Moore says that when trees are cut, we cut the trees with axe. Because in my previous lecture also I told you that here the poet, she has presented herself as the mouthpiece of trees, as if her version, that is trees version, that is forest version. So according to the poet, let the forest and trees lead their own life, their carefree life. The poet says, let them lead their own carefree life in their own world. But we should not forget that how helpful they are. The trees, they give us shade, they give us shelter to the animals, to the birds, all the species, even to the insects and to the human beings. So how come we are so ungrateful towards them? Those who are providing us so much facilities and we are crushing them, we are killing them, we are the murderers. So this message the poet, she has conveyed through the 4 stanzas of the poem.